Hi, this is Karen Swim, the Solo PR Pro. If you like this content, we hope that you will like and subscribe.
Hi everyone, it's Karen Swim. Today I want to talk a little bit about the proposal process. And we want to be very specific. We're not talking about responding to RFPs. We're talking about kind of what's a typical solo PR pro process, which is you've either received a referral or you've cultivated a relationship with somebody who's now interested in doing business with you. The tendency is to want to get to the phase where you're actually putting something in writing and presenting it to a prospective client. But I want to caution you, don't rush to put it in writing. You want to take your time when you have the opportunity to talk to the prospective client, and I do recommend a conversation. So don't get an email from someone and that says, hey, we're interested in working with you. We'd love to see some options. Counter that by saying, hey, that would be great. Let's schedule a brief call so that I can get a better understanding of your needs. So let's talk. Always push for a conversation, or if it's a local person, and a face-to-face meet before you ever commit anything to writing. And I'll tell you why. Number one, you want to use this opportunity to, when you're talking with them, to determine whether or not they will be a good fit for you. So there are a few key questions that you want to attempt to get the answer to. Number one is, do they actually have a defined budget for services? Sometimes people are just searching. They don't have a budget, so that means that they haven't set aside a budget for services. They may believe that they have a need, and so they're, doing some preliminary groundwork and they're asking. And your answer about what it costs could really determine whether or not they move forward or not. Sometimes people are unrealistic about what it's really going to cost to hire PR services. And so they may be thinking, oh, hey, we'll pay somebody $1,000 and we'll be able to get media. And so you don't want to waste your time putting together a proposal for somebody, because proposals take work, before you understand if they're serious, if they truly have a defined budget, and what that budget is. So the way that you can get to the budget in these conversations, because this is a difficult thing for consultants, is you can ask. You can say, I want to put together something that makes sense for you. Can you give me a sense of your budget? If they don't want to give you a number, say, I understand that you may not have an exact amount, but is there a range? And if they still won't answer, you can throw out a range. Say, listen, are you thinking, X amount of dollars per month? And you can say something really high and something kind of in the mid-range to get a feel for what they'll say to you. Again, this really helps you to determine before you go into a process of putting something in writing, only to find out that they're really not ready or that they really don't have the budget to hire you. Try to ask other questions as well to determine, what would the workflow look like? Who would you be working with in that organization? Will there be several people? Is there somebody that really heads up comms internally that would be your contact? The person that you're talking to, what's their role in the process? Are they simply the person that's screening people? Will they be involved? Get as much information as you possibly can. On the Solo PR Pro site, we have a pre-qualification questionnaire that can help you to put together your own questions and customize them so that you can get at some of these answers. Once you get to the phase of putting it in writing, it should simply be a confirmation of what you've already discussed with the client. So again, spend the time to do the necessary, to lay the groundwork with a prospective client, and then the proposal is really something that they've already committed to on the phone. And so in my written proposals, I still like to give 3 budget options, and I'll tell them that in the conversation. If we, continue to talk and it's gone down that road and we've already talked about sort of the budget range and the scope of work and what a relationship would look like, I'll say, hey, as a next step, here's what I'll do. Why don't I put together a couple of options that we can then discuss? And then immediately set up some timelines. When will you get them this proposal in writing? And go ahead if you can and schedule another call or a face-to-face meeting. Talking to clients or meeting with them in person not only allows you to determine if they're going to be the right fit for you, but it also gives you the opportunity to show them your value proposition. During those conversations, you have the opportunity to show clients how you think. You can give them a preview into your strategies, how you do business, and it's often that tipping point that putting it in writing wouldn't do. So it's really the sales process. So don't miss out on that and don't rush through that part. I hope that you have lots of opportunities to confirm in writing those conversations and get your Solo PR Pro business off to the right start in 2020. And as always, Solo PR Pro is here to help you. We love helping independents to have their best business and to achieve their personal goals. And so please, if you like this content, we ask, like it and subscribe.